1, 2, 3.
Hello everyone, this is Kyle Galaz with Poor2Pro Car Sales Training Podcast. Become a sales titan. I get to say that whole sentence with a giant smile on my face because I love doing the podcast. And here we are in Season 9, Episode 1, talking about how to set appointments. Appointments have the highest closing ratio. So why in the world would we not want to go into every fresh day with appointments set when we know they are the highest closing ratio? And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. What's really cool about this episode is you get to see your guy Kyle in action, or listen to him in action on a phone call to set an appointment that we ended up closing just a couple hours after that phone call, and we made a $2,100 front end and we made a $2,700 back end. So that phone call was worth $4,700 to the dealership, plus the what it's worth to the salesperson too when they end up selling it is their commission, their cut. So a phone call can be worth $4,700, can be worth $5,000, could be worth $10,000. Appointments are the most valuable thing you can do because they have the highest closing ratio. So why would we not want to do them? So we're going to be talking about how to set appointments. Now, what's cool about this episode is you're going to get to listen to the salesperson's phone call in its entirety, less the names. I muted the names, so you're going to hear some weird mutes here and there, but I muted their names for privacy. You're going to get to hear the salesperson, and then you're going to get to hear Kyle make a phone call with that same customer no more than 10 minutes later, and you can see the differences. Now, I'm not knocking that salesperson. We take everything as a learning experience, but you can see the difference between someone that's just going through their tasks, going through their daily things they have to do, versus someone desperate to sell a car, someone that is obsessed with the car business, someone that does training every day, someone that cares about the health of the dealership, someone that cares about their salespeople, someone that loves selling cars. You're going to get to hear the difference in the phone calls. And it's all on the fly. So I stutter here and there, and I mispronounce things and all kinds of stuff in phone calls. But the moral of the story is, did I set the appointment? Yes. And did we make $4,700 when that person came in 2 hours later? Yes. All right, before we get started, I want to go over a couple things. I hope you enjoyed Season 8. We did 15 episodes, 15 one-on-ones. You sales titans out there that are booking one-on-ones and supporting the podcast and getting on the podcast, you're becoming part of something that's going to last forever. You're part of a training system, Poor2Pro, that's going to live on for eternity for future car sales people. And you guys are getting to be part of history and be on the podcast and show your face and put your names out there. So I appreciate you guys booking the one-on-ones. Message me if you want to book a one-on-one. You can get me on Instagram or Facebook. Just type in on Instagram, Poor2Pro _car sales training. And on Facebook, message me and just type in Kyle Galaz, friend me, follow me. I respond to everybody as long as it doesn't go to some weird spam or some request area where I can't find you. But I think I've messaged everyone back that's ever messaged me that I actually saw the message. So get a hold of me. Don't forget to pick up your copies of the Poor2Pro Daily Workbook. The Poor2Pro Daily Workbook is just that. When I hear people talking about, I got to grind this week. I got to grind. Well, what are you grinding on? That's what the Poor2Pro Daily Workbook holds you accountable every day. Every day is a new page, and that is your daily grind. Daily grind, new page every day, and you will start selling more cars. The people that are doing it every day, coincidentally, it's funny how this works, are selling more cars. So pick up your copy of the daily workbook on Amazon. The link is down below. And then also don't forget to get your Sold is Gold book, Poor2Pro Sold is Gold. And that is your 200 customer profile pages to keep track of your sold customers. There's nothing worse than when your dealership changes CRMs, or when your dealership closes, or when you have to go somewhere else and you lose all your customers. Don't leave your customers to chance, because chance doesn't pay bills. Don't leave your day to chance. Chance doesn't pay bills. So pick up your Sold is Gold. Even if you just put it in your cart and on payday you buy it, it helps the podcast. I appreciate all you guys that have purchased it, all you girls out there. So links are down below. And if you feel like buying me my favorite drink, which is a coffee, you see me drinking it in the one-on-ones. I love coffee, as you guys probably do. There's a link for buymeacoffee.com, and you can buy me a coffee. And I appreciate that because I love coffee. Okay, so this is how we're going to throw down this episode. I'm going to play the salesperson's phone call, and then we're going to critique it. And then we're going to play my phone call in its entirety, both of them in its entirety, and then we're going to critique it and break it down into sections. Because there's little intricacies you're going to hear in my phone call that overcome objections, build some fear of loss, and get the customer in. Okay, so we're going to listen to first the salesperson's phone call. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello, is this
Yes, it is.
this is from Coeur d'Alene. I'm just calling to see what I can do for you regarding a vehicle.
Oh, I was just browsing on that Colorado.
Okay.
And I don't think I can get a car just yet. I owe some money on my car still. And so I think I have to hold off on that.
Okay, probably have a little bit of negative equity, you're thinking?
Yeah, I have a 3-year loan, but I still owe 2 years on it. And so I think
Gotcha.
I need to wait on that. I appreciate you calling me though.
Hey, no worries. When
Thank
you
you.
get to the
Yeah.
point where you need to buy anything, give us a holler again.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Okay, appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
So what'd you think of that phone call? It sounded like to me the salesperson was believing everything the customer said. The salesperson even brought up, it sounds like you might have a little negative equity. And the customer said, yeah, I have a 3-year loan and I've only paid on it 1 year. Well, in my ears, that's good news. As a manager, it means you paid off a third of the car. I would rather a customer pay off 1 year on a 3-year loan versus 1 year on a 6-year loan or a 7-year loan, right? So that customer, everyone seems to be upside down nowadays. So let's assume during that phone call that, yeah, the customer is right. They are upside down. The salesman is right. They are upside down. But are we just going to accept that and think of that as, well, there's no reason to come in then, right? Or do we find a way around it and get that customer in? The customer wants that Colorado, at least inquired on it, but the customer is thinking of all the reasons why not to come in because the customer is scared, because the customer doesn't want to be denied. Nobody wants to be denied. The beautiful woman at the bar is sitting there and you want to go walk up to her. What stops you from walking up to her, all you single dudes out there? The thought of denial. Well, as a salesperson, when we make these calls and a customer says all the reasons why they don't want to buy, then we got to think, well, why did you inquire? You inquired because they want to buy the car. The customer wants to buy the car, but the customer doesn't know what to say to further the deal. The customer doesn't know to say, can I fill out an app and get the process started there? Sometimes they do, but for the most part, they don't know. They think they have to come in to do that. The customer doesn't know to say, well, I do have some money down. The salesman could have asked that, right? But the moral of the story is the phone call ended with, well, when you get into closer to the time to buy, give us a call back. You know what's going to happen? That customer is going to hang up, go to another website, do an internet lead, and a salesman like you, a sales titan, or Kyle's going to call and get that customer in and sell that car. Then that original salesperson calls back in a few days and says, hey, another Colorado came in. Then that customer says, oh, I bought that next day. What? I thought you were upside down. I thought you were going to wait. No. What happened is they ran into a salesperson, someone compelling enough to earn their business, someone compelling enough to gain their trust and get them in. So go back and listen to that phone call again and think as a sales titan mentality of not make fun of the salesperson, but let's pick it apart and break it down and go further. So let's listen to it one more time before we move on to my call.
Hello?
Hello, is this
Yes, it is.
this is from Coeur d'Alene. I'm just calling to see what I can do for you regarding a vehicle.
Okay, pause. Now, she inquired on a Chevy Colorado. So he's asking, what can I do for you about a vehicle? So he's going into the call uninformed. Did he not look at the vehicle of interest? Or is he trying to get some information out of her for her to say Colorado? Interesting.
Oh, I was just browsing on that Colorado.
Okay.
And I don't think I can get a car just yet. I owe some money on my car still, and so I think I have to hold off on that.
Okay, pause. So the customer brings up the Colorado and then brings up, I still owe money on my vehicle, so I don't think I can buy right now. Well, why does she think that? What I think is the customer is just filling the air with words. She doesn't know what to say, so she's just saying something that protects her. So when you detect a customer saying that, there is your objection. What do we do as sales professionals? We overcome the objection.
Okay. Probably have a little bit of negative equity, you're thinking?
Yeah, I have a 3-year loan, but I still owe 2 years on it.
Okay, pause. Salesman brings up, you think you might have some negative equity. Customer brings up, yeah, I did a 3-year loan and I have 2 years left. So there's nothing wrong with bringing up if a customer has negative equity. You can ask them, do you think you're upside down? And they might tell you, yeah, I'm 5,000 upside down. The key is to not let that discourage you. Who cares how much they're upside down? Because there's always a way to make a deal, but we got to get them in to fall in love with the vehicle and then present them with numbers to make that deal. They need to be there.
And so
Gotcha.
I think I need to wait on that. I appreciate you calling me, though.
Pause. Did you hear that? She beats him to the punch and says, I appreciate you calling, though, because she's trying to cut him off from overcoming the objection because she's scared. Someone real is talking to her. It's not just the internet. It's not just pictures and websites. Someone real is talking to her, and so she cuts him off at the pass and says, I appreciate you calling.
Hey, no worries. When you
you.
get to the point where you need to buy anything, give us a holler again.
Now, again, I'm not knocking anybody, but that last little clip is a salesperson accepting the answer, accepting that the customer is going to wait and think about it, and not fighting back.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Okay, appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Now, remember, this is all training. I listened to this phone call with the salesperson, and we critiqued this phone call, but I did not critique him until after we sold it because I wanted him to see the difference between just going through your tasks in his phone call versus I want to make a deal in my phone call and here's your voucher for, $800 or $700, whatever the voucher was for. And it admitted to me at the end of all this that, man, tomorrow's my day off and my head's not in the game today. I'm thinking about the stuff I have to do on my day off. And so I told him, wouldn't you rather go into your day off with a nice, commission, a nice sale? Or would you rather go into your day off with nothing completed for the day? He's like, no, I'd rather go into my days off with the sale. I'm like, there's nothing better than going into your days off making a nice sale, because then you can enjoy your days off knowing the last thing you did there was sell a car, and then when you get back you can hit the ground running and there wasn't 3 or 4 days between sales. So that is why we have to catch ourselves as salespeople. Are we just going through the tasks, clicking through our CRM, just trying to get through the day? Oh man, I got 13 tasks to do. No, I have 13 opportunities to make 13 appointments to sell 13 cars and make $13,000. Like, we have to think about these phone calls and text messages differently. Now, you're going to listen to my phone call next, and you're going to hear me bumble around and goof around. But the key is where is the phone call heading? Where is this whole thing heading? It headed into a $4,700 deal front and back, and a guy going on his days off with the car sale. Now, I don't get paid commission. I don't get paid like the salesperson gets paid per deal. I get paid on the net profit at the end of the month. I get paid on the front and back end. I get paid on all that. But every deal to me matters. The commission on that deal for me is a few bucks, but the commission for that salesperson is $800. Why is it so worthy for me to do it and not the salesperson when he gets the lion's share? It's because, are we obsessed with our career? Are we trying to get better every day? Are we sale makers, right? Are we order takers or sales makers? Are we turning lookers into buyers or buyers into lookers? That is what sales titans are about. All right, so without further ado, let's listen to my call.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Hey, this is Kyle over at
I know you just spoke to one of my sales guys. He called you just a few minutes ago about a Colorado.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm one of the sales managers here, and he mentioned that you might have a trade-in, and we're in pretty desperate need of trade-in. So whether you owe money on it or not, 'cause he was telling me that you might owe some money, I don't even care. We're doing appraisals above and beyond, and we're trying to get as many trades as possible right now since inventory's kind of tight, which is forcing us to kind of step up on these trades. So I was wondering if you would like to come in and at least maybe check out our vehicle so I can check out your vehicle.
Well, that's a possibility. I'm kind of busy right now, but
that's okay. I know people nowadays are busy.
I know we're all busy. It's been that way a long time. Yeah, I am interested, and what I'm thinking is I may need to do some repairs on my car first.
Well,
and so
does it run?
It runs, but it doesn't run really good. It's just one of those things that I feel that I need to get some repairs done first. I mean, I can drive it around and stuff, it's a 2013 Equinox.
Okay, yeah, a little SUV. The reason why I asked if it runs, because whether it's having issues or not, I don't really care, because we have our own service department, and I can fix it cheaper than you can fix it. So it would actually save you money to trade it in its current condition than fixing it and bringing it in, because you're going to get charged full retail to fix it, whereas I get to fix it at my cost. So I can actually show you a little bit more on your trade, even if it's a little bit broken.
Okay. Let me, I'm really interested in your Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah, and our Colorados, we don't get too many in stock. And so a lot of times they get purchased pretty quick. I mean, obviously you're a good example. You're already inquiring on it. But at least I could put some numbers together for you. And if you like them, you can buy it. If you don't, you don't have to. I mean, but at least you get all the information I offer. And then I can take a look at your trade, because, like I said, we're if you see it a lot right now, we're kind of dying for some trades. So this would be the time to trade it in when I need it, as bad as I do.
Okay. What is your name?
My name is Kyle. I'm one of the sales managers. I'll send you a text. And then, are you local?
Yeah, I'm here in Post Falls.
Okay, so you're pretty close by.
Yeah, I'm close by.
Okay, no problem. When is a good time? I know you're busy right now. Is it normally evenings or mornings, or how do you normally spend your free time to look at something?
It would be morning. It would be this morning sometime.
Okay. Do you think you can make it today, possibly this morning?
I'd like to. I just need to make sure that everything is clear, and then I'll give you a call and set an appointment.
Yeah, so
is that what you need, right?
Yep, I'll shoot you a text right now with my personal info, and then once you give me a time, I'll put you down, and then I'll make sure that Colorado's ready. And we have other small trucks, too, that have not hit the website, so there's a good possibility that I may have something else, too. So we'll have some options for you, and we'll just kind of go from there. But I appreciate you taking the call, and I will text you right now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
All right, what did you think of that phone call? We're going to break it down, and you're going to see all the little subtle things I did in that phone call that she's not even aware of. And, the listening ear on the first pass may not even be aware of what just happened. Now, I sent her a text right after that, and she texted me back 11:30 a.m. So she was there on the dot at 11:30 a.m. And she was probably leaving about 2:30 with the new truck with her Colorado. Like I said, that phone call you just listened to was worth $4,700. It's not even that great of a phone call. I bumble around a little bit, I'm probably still needing my third cup of coffee, right? But it's what you say in these phone calls that matter to the customer. And remember, a customer that sees value in you and your phone call will set the appointment. If there's no value, why do they need to come in, right? You have to provide value for a consumer to want to consume. If there's no value in your vehicle, If you have a run-of-the-mill vehicle with run-of-the-mill pricing, then there's no sense of urgency. Well, it's the same thing with the phone call. If you have a run-of-the-mill phone call with average, things that you're saying, then you're going to get an average response, which is, let me think about it, I'll get a hold of you, etc. So now we're going to break down my call, and I want you to pay attention to what I'm actually breaking down and start implementing these things into your phone calls. And there's a specific point where I turn the corner on the phone call, which I'll talk about. Why did I turn the corner on this phone call? And we'll break it down. So let's listen to it again, and I'm going to break it down like the previous call.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Hey, this is Kyle over at. I know you just spoke to one of my sales guys. He called you just a few minutes ago about a Colorado.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm one of the sales managers here, and he mentioned that you might have a trade-in.
Okay, so you're not a sales manager, right? So you can't necessarily say, hey, I'm one of the sales managers here when you call these customers. But what you can say, something I used to use, is I'm an inventory specialist. I'm not just a salesperson calling you. I'm an inventory specialist, and we need your trade. So think of something that you could say, inventory specialist, trade-in appraiser, because guess what? You do a lot of appraisals. You may not put the number on it, but you get the info, you check it out, you write down all the stuff your manager needs to go drive it, and then appraise it. So think of a title that you're comfortable with saying, so when you call these internet leads that have trade-ins, you can use that title.
And we're in pretty desperate need of trade-in, so whether you owe money on it or not, because he was telling me that you might owe some money, I don't even care. We're doing appraisals above and beyond, and we're trying to get as many trades as possible right now since inventory's kind of tight, which is forcing us to kind of step up on these trades.
Okay, pause. Remember when I talked about building value? You have to have value for the customer want to come in. Well, the value in the trade-in is we need trade-ins, right? We're stepping up above and beyond on trade-ins because our inventory is light. So I'm providing some value to the customer of why they should come in with their trade-in.
So I was wondering if you would like to come in and at least maybe check out our vehicle so I can check out your vehicle.
Pause. Okay, you can see, hey, I was just wondering if maybe you want to come check out our vehicle while I check out your vehicle. Based on the phone call up until this point, I'm entering it a little bit more delicate. She's not a business lady. The way she sounds is just like a regular person trying to buy a truck, and she's a little timid. So I'm coming at this with a little bit more of a gentle approach. I'm just wondering.
Well, that's a possibility.
Pause. Did you hear her say, that's a possibility? So the hook is in. The hook is in.
I'm kind of busy right now, but
that's okay. I know people nowadays are busy.
I know we're all busy. It's been that way a long time. But
yeah.
Pause. She started laughing. Guess what I started doing? Laughing. I'm matching up with the customer.
Yeah, I am interested, and what I'm thinking is I may need to do some repairs on my car first.
I may need to do some repairs on my car first. Pause. Right? I may need to do some repairs on my car first. Like waiting for me to say something. But in the previous phone call with my sales guy, it was, I owe 2 years left on my 3-year loan. So the objection changed. Did Kyle get past the first objection of negative equity without her even realizing it? And now she's coming up with a new objection? Interesting.
Well,
and so
does it run?
It runs, but it doesn't run really good. It's just one of those things that I feel that I need to get some repairs done first. I mean, I can drive it around and stuff, it's a 2013 Equinox.
Okay, yeah, a little SUV. The reason why I asked if it runs, because whether it's having issues or not, I don't really care, because we have our own service department, and I can fix it cheaper than you can fix it. So it would actually save you money to trade it in its current condition than fixing it and bringing it in, because you're going to get charged full retail to fix it, whereas I get to fix it at my cost. So I can actually show you a little bit more on your trade, even if it's a little bit broken.
Pause. Are we overcoming the "it's broken" objection by saying on the fly, hey, it's actually going to save you money to trade it in its current condition because you're going to pay full retail to get it fixed, whereas I can get it fixed at my own cost, so I can actually give you more money on your trade based on its current condition. And then I use the word broken, right? I use the word broken. It's such an easy term. It's so simple. Everyone knows broken, and no one wants to fix broken. So I'm trying to use normal terms and not car lingo, and just trying to keep the phone call simple and fun and upbeat as possible to get that appointment.
Okay. Let me, I'm really interested in your Colorado.
Pause. Now, you can hear her voice change. I'm really interested in that Colorado. She's relinquishing her power and her nervousness to the professional. I've talked about this in other episodes. When you go to a dentist and he knows exactly what he's doing, he's telling you everything, he's got it all laid out, and you can tell he is a true professional. You can relinquish your nervous energy and your power to that dentist that he knows what he's doing. Okay, fix me up. No more. I don't have any more questions. Just fix me up. Well, at that point, I overcame her objections, and she said, "Oh, well, I'm interested in that Colorado." Now she has no more objections. She's finally relinquished it, and I could detect it here.
Yeah, and our Colorados, we don't get too many in stock, and so a lot of times they get purchased pretty quick. I mean, obviously, you're a good example. You're already inquiring on it.
Pause. Okay, two parts happen right there in that last little section. First is we don't get that many Colorados. So I'm trying to engage the fear of missing out, FOMO, fear of missing out, by saying, hey, we don't get that many Colorados. And the second part of that sentence is you're the case in point, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, because you're already inquiring on it. You're the example. People are already inquiring on this vehicle. Case in point, it's you. And right behind you is probably another customer. So in that one sentence, I'm saying, hey, we don't get that many Colorados in stock, and they go pretty quick. People are already inquiring on them. I mean, you're an example of it. You're already inquiring on it. That's how fast these things go. Now, whether you have 50 of these Colorados or 50 of these F-150s or whatever you have in stock, you only have that particular one with that particular VIN number. So no matter what, if you have a bunch of these vehicles in stock, you always say, they go quick. We just got this particular one. It's a unique build. I got people already inquiring on it. Case in point, you and others. So it doesn't matter how many you have. Always make it sound unique.
At least I could put some numbers together for you, and if you like them, you can buy it. If you don't, you don't have to. I mean, but at least you get all the information I offer.
Did Kyle just use his own information close? Whether you buy it or not, at least you'll have all the numbers and all the information. We've talked about that before in many episodes, the information close. Whether you buy it or not, I'm not afraid of losing the deal because I don't have a deal yet. So if you say stuff like, hey, whether you buy it or not, at least you'll have the information to make an educated decision. It's the quick form of it because they're not in front of me, but I gave her a loophole out of not buying it if she doesn't like the numbers. But guess what? When she's in front of me, I'm going to make her like the numbers.
And then I can take a look at your trade because, like I said, we're if you see it a lot right now, we're kind of dying for some trades. So this would be the time to trade it in when I need it as bad as I do.
Okay, two things happen in this little section. First, I'm reaffirming that we need her trade. My lot is empty. I need trades. No matter how many cars you have on your lot, that customer's trade is the most important thing on your mind because that's what gets them in. And then if you noticed, she laughed a little bit, and guess what Kyle did? He started laughing too. I match up with that customer.
What is your name?
My name is Kyle. I'm one of the sales managers. I'll send you a text, and then are you local?
That's where I turned the corner when I asked, hey, are you local? Because I'm trying to get on a friendship level now. Now that we got business out of the way, we got the objections overcome. Now I'm building a friend. Hey, are you local? And she says Post Falls, which is a sister city to us, right next door.
Yeah, I'm here in Post Falls.
Okay, so you're pretty close by.
Yeah, I'm close by.
Okay, no problem. When is a good time? I know you're busy right now. Is it normally evenings or mornings, or how do you normally spend your free time to look at something?
It would be morning. It would be this morning sometime.
Okay, so I said, hey, when's the best time for you? Evenings or mornings? Remember in my other episodes when I talk about if you offer a toddler vegetables, hey, do you want vegetables? They say no. No, I don't want vegetables. But if you say, hey, toddler, do you want carrots or broccoli? Oh, I want the little trees. Okay, because we didn't give them a yes or no option. We just said A or B. Well, I gave her evenings or mornings, and guess what? She picked broccoli. She picks mornings.
Okay. Do you think you can make it today, possibly this morning?
I'd like to. I just need to make sure that everything is clear, and then I'll give you a call and set an appointment.
Okay, so she's setting an appointment with me, but you notice how she says, I'll give you a call and set the appointment? Well, I'm not going to accept that as the answer because guess what? She's going to hang up and never call me. So I say right after that, nope, I'm going to shoot you a text because now I reaffirm it over the text, which was 11:30 a.m.
Yeah, so
is that what you need, right?
Yep, I'll shoot you a text right now with my personal info. And then once you give me a time, I'll put you down, and then I'll make sure that Colorado's ready. And we have other small trucks, too, that have not hit the website. So there's a good possibility that I may have something else, too. So we'll have some options for you.
Okay, so I mentioned other vehicles that haven't hit the website. Nothing specific, but the reason why I bring that up is because I want her to know that I care about her buying process. I'm not going to force her into this Colorado. Yes, that was the one we ended up selling her, and I actually didn't even have to show her any other vehicles. That was the one, but it's the perception of options.
And we'll just kind of go from there, but I appreciate you taking the call, and I will text you right now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, so that was the end of the call. I sent her a text right after saying, hey, appreciate you taking the time, making sure I say thank you, and I said, what time is perfect for you this morning? And she messaged me back almost immediately, 11:30, and she was there at 11:30. My sales guy had the Colorado pulled up, did a great walk around, and finished the deal. But we went from original phone call, I'll call you, the customer saying I'll call you when I'm in a better buying power and paid my vehicle down and it's fixed, to 2.5 hours later, 3 hours later, she's signed, she bought a warranty, she's happy, and she's leaving into Colorado. We have a sold customer. Sold is gold. Now, if my sales guy is a pro, he's going to follow up with that customer and sell her daughter and sell her friend and make sure he stays in touch with her because guess what? She was a 700 credit score. And yeah, she was upside down. And yeah, her car was junk. And yeah, the payment was too high. Everything was going against it. But the fact that we got her to show up is the difference between making the deal and not. Because closing ratios on appointments are so high. Now, was Kyle buttery smooth in that phone call? No. Because live phone calls, things are thrown at you, right? It's like running through the forest as fast as you can and branches are hitting you and stuff and you're tripping. That's how these phone calls are meant to be. The customer throws an objection and you have to in the milliseconds have an answer and a response to come up with something to overcome that objection and get hit by a branch here and there and stutter and say ums. I'm the master in that phone call. I can't believe how many times I said But we got through the phone call and you could tell when she relinquished her nervous energy to the professional and she bought the Colorado of her dreams. She was so happy when she left with her too high of a payment, with her negative equity rolled over, with all that. But she left in a dream truck and it was a nice Colorado, a couple years old with pretty low miles. But the smile on her face, so she went from a nervous person that's just checking things out on the internet. No, I need to fix my car. No, I need to pay down my loan. I'll get a hold of you when the time is right, which is never. It's never the right time to buy a vehicle. You just have to do it and step up and go for it. To all that, to giving us hugs, to saying goodbye, to getting a picture in front of her vehicle and driving off. And so when you listen to this episode, you may listen to it a few times, the phone call and then the breakdown of the phone call, and start implementing some of these things into your verbiages. Remember, You're not Kyle and I'm not you, so we have our different ways of talking. Some areas of the US talk different. Some people that grew up in different environments talk different. And so we have to use our verbiages, but we just have to drive home the point of, are you being friendly on the phone? Are you inviting them in? Are you trying to set an appointment? Is your goal to sell a car, or is your goal to get through the task? Remember that in your next phone call. I need to give this phone call my all, because at the end of the day, I want to sell a car. And if I didn't sell a car today, how many appointments did I set up for the next day? We have to be compelling over the phone. And guess what? To set an appointment, you got to sell hard. You got to try hard. You have to dig deep. You have to be persuasive. And you can tell in that phone call, man, it was the morning. I was still tired. I have all my manager duties, and I don't really want to have to go through these phone calls and listen to them all and take time out of my day to do this, to try to make these calls. I want to leave it to my sales titans at my dealership and trust my guys, just like you guys are doing, you girls are doing out there, you sales titans, killing it every day, putting up those big numbers. And if you're not yet, you will be, because the fact that you're hearing these exact words tells me that you're training. You're training. Actually, let's do this. If you made it to this point of the episode, if you're a sales titan that made it to minute 36, message me on Facebook, training. And I'll know that you made it to this point. Message me on Instagram, training. Just that one simple word. And I'll know that I got sales titans listening to the end of the podcast, digging deep, fighting to the end, and making their careers and livelihoods even better. Appreciate it. I look forward to season 9. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 1. I hope you guys have enjoyed the podcast to this point. We're coming up on 100 episodes. Appreciate all you guys. Sales Titan, Kyle Galaz, out.